here, of course, to remember Ernest, your father, grandfather, father-in-law, and to have an opportunity both for prayer, especially at the end we'll say Mourner's Kaddish, which is the traditional prayer that Jews say after they've lost somebody who's close to them and whom they've loved. It's one of the big reasons for gathering for a service is to be able to say that specific prayer. But beyond the prayer and the ritual, it's really remembering him as an individual and what he meant to each of you. Michael, thank you for you prepared some words, so thank you for that. And I, who never knew your dad, I look forward to hearing them and learning about him from you. We'll begin on page 1B in the prayer book. The bottom of the page, towards the middle of the page, the last reading. Religious rituals at the time of death, no matter how much they may differ in form and content, seek to perform two functions: to ferry the departed one safely across the waters of oblivion to the shores of eternity, and at the same time to build a bridge upon which the bereaved living can move from the numbness of sorrow toward a renewed acceptance of life. Next page, page 2A. Ashrei yoshvei veitecha, od yahalu chasela. Ashrei ha'am shekach lo, ashrei ha'am shadonai Elohav. Happy are those who dwell in your house, they praise you forever. Happy the people who have it so. Happy the people whose God is Adonai. Continue on page 12A. If you would, please rise. Yitkadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah be'alma tivrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael Bagala, Bagala, Uvizman Kariv, Ve'imeru, Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabba Mevorach, Le'Allah Mulal Me'almaya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, Ve'ishtabach, V'yitba'ar, V'yitromam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei v'kedusha, v'richu, le'ela, min kol birchata, v'shirata, tushbechata, v'nechemata, damiran be'alma, v'imeru, amen. The next page. 12b. Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer, on the mystery of a withered leaf, unripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days, lest my day be today's the one before, lest routine set my ways. Page 13a. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'koneh HaKol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot V'imahot, Umevi Geula Lifnei V'neihem, L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atah Rav Le'Hoshia, Morid Hatal, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Baal Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Atah L'chayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol. Page 15D at the top. Prayer invites God's presence to suffuse our spirits, God's will to prevail in our lives. Prayer may not bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, rebuild a weakened will. Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol. Blessed are you, eternal our God, who gives life to all. Please be seated. Michael, would you share with us now the words that you've prepared?
Yes.
Thank you. Come on up. We're gonna just to make sure that we've got a good audio. You're recording as well.
Okay.
This is recording.
Okay, thank you. So we come here today to celebrate the life of my dad, Ernest Garry. He was born in Poland. Then his family moved to Europe. The only language at that time he spoke was German fluently. In elementary school, as an elective, he took English, not realizing that he was going to be needing it. His family escaped the war and came to the U.S. by boat in 1941. He went to the University of Pennsylvania and graduated in 1957. He was passionate about many, many things. He loved baseball and was a lifelong baseball fan. Although he didn't get to travel much, he did make it to 7 different stadiums. He or we attended many games together, along with my grandfather as well, including the Polo Grounds, Yankee Stadium, Ebbets Field, Shea Stadium, Fenway Park, Dodger Stadium, and the new Yankee Stadium with April. He taught me how to score a game. It looks easy, but it is very difficult and time-consuming. He also loved photography, and we had a darkroom set up in the basement of the house. We would develop film and spend countless hours developing pictures that we took. He was apprehensive about learning new technology and was excited when I got him a new color photo printer as a gift one year. I showed him how to use it, and he was constantly printing color pictures from then on at home. He also loved movies. I remember seeing 2 specific films with him, and both of them made us cry, even though he was not an emotional person. One was Bang the Drum Slowly, and the other one was The Natural, both sports-related films. As I stand up here today, I realize how fortunate I was to have him as my father. My dad was not just a man. He was a guiding light, a mentor, my hero, and a source for unwavering love. His children will remember their dad and grandfather as an all-in, ever patient, and for his gentle demeanor and quiet strength. He will be quietly missed by all who loved him. He was a gentle giant. I also want to share 2 other statistics to show what a unique individual he was. He was not only born at home, but he died at home as well. He was 62 years, 3 months when his mom, my grandmother, passed. And earlier this month, I was doing some calculations, and I was 62 years, 1 month. So it was within 50 days of each other. Whenever we would leave my grandmother's home to drive home, my grandmother would always say to us, "Come good home." I now say to my dad, my final goodbye, "Come good home."
Michael, thank you for sharing those words. I didn't know him, obviously, but I know you, and I know your family here, and whatever light of his is reflecting off of you, it's beautiful. So thank you. I'm going to take a moment of silence now for all of us to reflect and remember. Yehiyu liratzon imrei fi vehegyon libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri Vegoali. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, God, my rock and my redeemer. Page 28a, we continue. Psalm 23, I invite you to read with me. A psalm of David. Adonai is my shepherd, I am complete. In lush meadows you let me lie down. Alongside tranquil waters you lead me. You restore my life. You guide me in paths of righteousness for the sake of your name. Even when I walk through the valley of deep darkness, I fear no harm, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they reassure me. You set a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. Wine brims over my cup. Indeed, goodness and steadfast love shall pursue me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of Adonai as long as I live. Page 30A. Page 30A. O God, healer of the brokenhearted and binder of their wounds, grant consolation to those who mourn, give them strength and courage in their time of grief, and restore to them a sense of life's goodness. Fill them with reverence and love, that they may serve you with a full heart, and let them know peace. Together we say, Amen. Page 31B. This is a poem by Hannah Senesh. Yesh kochavim shoram magia artza, rak ka'asher hem atzmam avdu veinam. There are stars up above so far away we only see their light, long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. Please rise, page 33A. El Malei Rachamim, Shochen Bamromim, Hamitzei Menucha Nechona, Tachat Kanfei Hashchina, Im Kedoshim Utohorim, Kezohar Harakia Mazhirim, Et Nishmat Ernest Garry Shalach Le'olamo, Ba'al Harachamim Yasdirehu, Beseter Kenafav Le'olamim, Vitzror HaChaim, Et Nishmato, Adonaihu Nachalato, V'yanuach B'shalom Al Mishkavo V'nomar Amen. God, full of compassion, you dwell in the heights and in the depths. Grant perfect rest under the wings of your presence to Ernest Garry, our loved one who has entered eternity. Let him find refuge forever in the shadow of your wings. Let his soul be bound up in the bond of eternal light and life. For you, the everlasting God, are his inheritance. May he rest in peace. And let us say, Amen. Page 34A, our final prayer, concluding prayer, Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon, Uvechayei dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala uvizman kariv ve'imru Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah Mevorach Leolam Almei Almaya, Yitbarach ve'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, Shemei Dukudasha B'richu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechmata, damiran b'alma v'imru Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru Amen. Osei shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru Amen. May God grant peace to those who mourn and comfort to those who are bereaved. Together we say, Amen.